In this video, I'll show you how to activate a site pane, or rather create a site pane which will allow you to perform a search operation. Now, just to give you a context, we have this World Airlines Management System. It's a model driven app which lists down airlines within the world. Now, take for example, if you have a requirement, like if you navigate to say one of the record. Now, here within this record, if you find say some contact or some accounts, now when I say accounts means like an organization or a company contacts you want to have a chat with, or maybe if you want to refer to that particular contact. So for in this case what you would require is maybe a side pane over here which will allow you to navigate to the search record with some predefined value. Now, the predefined value can be anything. Like, say, take for example, if you're putting, say, manager over here. So, if I just put Alex over here, and then you want to get to know some more information about Alex. So, if this is the use case, then how would you like to implement that as a part of the site pane to search for that account records? So, I'll show you in a while how to do that. Now, for that, we may need to write a JavaScript. Now, for JavaScript, let me open VS Code over here. So, I've already created a JS file. Now, I'm not going to create a JavaScript, add a web resource, attach it to a model driven app, and then run it. Rather than that, I will show you how to do that in a Edge developer tools. And once you're satisfied with the testing, you can go ahead and create your own web resource JS file and attach it to a model driven app, and you can trigger on either on save or on load. Now, to start with, let's write that JS. So, in order to write that JS, we need to just specify xrm dot site panes. So, we will be creating a site pane. So, the object model is xrm dot app dot site panes dot create pane. Now here, this is a single line of code which you need to run, but we need to pass in multiple parameters. So the first parameter which we are going to pass is what should be the title of that site page. Now before we even pass the parameter, we need to pass it as an object. So I'll use a curly brace and we'll say title, and we'll call this as so this in this case, let's take an example of account search. So we will search an account. Now we will search account contact. Okay, so we'll say account contact search. Now img src, like the image which we want for that icon to appear within the site pane is by referring to the web resources. So this is the path. So web resources slash so I have already created a web resource named as signal high. So I'm gonna use that as a image source for that site pane. I have multiple option whether I want to hide the header. I can close. I can provide an option to close. So can close. I will say yes. People should be able to close that site pane. Yes, that's good. And then pane ID. So this is a unique identifier for the pane. So here I will say search 001. Now, remember, pane ID should be unique across the model driven app site pane. So, if you have 5 site pane, you need to have an individual pane ID. That should not be any duplicate, else, this might throw an error. Then, you specify the width. So, width width, and I'll just put it as 400 pixels for time being. Now this is the parameter which we are gonna pass. Now I will just put this as a bracket, and then I will specify what to do next. So dot then, and I will pass pane. Now with the help of arrow operator, we will be performing some operation. Now here dot then pane, and I'll say pane dot navigate. So pane dot navigate. Remember navigate n is small, and this is the method. Now what are we going to write? We're going to pass again an object over here. So the object is basically what kind of page do you want to display. So that's the page type, which is of type search. So just trigger that search page, and any search text which you want to pass as by default. Now in this case I can hard code the value, or maybe I can pick up the value from the context of the form. But for time being, I will just hard code this. So I will just put, say, Abigail. Okay, some text, some name of the contact within the account. Now this is my code. So I have this bracket, I have this bracket, and I've already have this. So let me format this properly. So control 0, format document. Now this is the code. This is how the code will look like. So xrm.app.sitepanes.create pane. Here we are going to create a pane which will have a title, which will have the image source of that site pane. We can mark that as can close so that I can close that site pane. This is a unique identifier and the width 400. Then you navigate to the pane, page type is search, and the search text is Abigail. Now I've hard coded this, but in your code you can make it dynamic. Let's try this now. So Control A, Control S, Control C. So I'm just gonna copy this code. I'm not going to write a JS. So what I'll do, I will just go to the developer tool. So I press F12 on my keyboard, and here I'm gonna press paste the code. So info only as a filtering. I'll just paste this, and now what should happen once I execute this? I should see a pane over here. Now remember, this icon we have selected as web resource gcop signal high because this is the web resources which I've already uploaded. So once I press enter, I should see a side pane with a search page. So let me press enter, and I saw that, oh, this has already created this record set over here. Now from how it has picked up, now what we are doing over here is like we are conducting an account contact search. Now this title is coming from this title, this img src is coming from here, and this is a page type of search which you actually see. This is like the search interface, and then from here this text we are hard coded. Now this can be depending on your context, whatever you want you can specify that, and then it will show. Not necessarily it's a hard coded value in the text over here. Maybe you can also type in something over here and try to get the result. So if I type in John, the item doesn't exist. Now let me open the model driven app over here, and let me find out what are the different contacts. So if you go into the accounts, here you will see all people. So Alberta. So if I search in Alberta, I should be able to get a result, and as you see I got a result, and then I can navigate within that record. I can see information, how the account is performing, and all those information I can use while filling out my primary information within the model driven app. So what we have done, this is a simple model driven app for airlines. Now within airlines, if I have a requirement that I want to see a different table record in the form of a search, in that same context of the model driven app, I have created a side pane. The side pane will trigger a search interface. I will be able to search the contact or the account, and then I will be able to get the information. So I did this manual research. So what I will do, I will see, oh, this account has this website. So let me copy this, and I will paste this within my website, and then I'll click on save, and I can perform various operations. So this is how basically I can use the side pane to work on it. So if I just remove the developer tool, I can go and click here. I can close the side pane, and then the side pane disappears. Now if you want to get that side pane again, what I need to do is, like, again I need to paste that code. So let me yeah so let me paste that code over here, and then press enter, and then I should be able to get that side pane again. Now remember, when you write this in a JavaScript, make sure that first you iterate through the panes, check whether the pane exists. If the pane doesn't exist, create a pane, and also during the closure you make sure that the pane is closed successfully, and then you can build that search interface around your model driven app. So that's it folks, thanks for watching.